What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Cato,
I'm Matt Harnig.
and this is a quick reaction video
Quick,
to
speedy quick.
the PlayStation VR price point, launch window, everything that came out of GDC today, or the Game Developers Conference. So, we'll just jump right into the meat of the news. PlayStation VR will cost you $399, and it will be available this October. Inside the box, it will include the headset, a processor unit, a VR headset connection cable, an HDMI and 8 USB cables, headphones, and a power supply. Everyone who purchases PlayStation VR will also be able to download the Playroom for VR free, which includes 6 family-friendly mini-games. And Polygon also wrote, this was from IGN, by the way, and Polygon also said that the PlayStation VR requires the PlayStation camera to use, which is available separately for $60. And PlayStation Move controllers will already need to be purchased separately. So they didn't put the camera in the box because they said so many people already have it. They didn't want to put it in the box. So if you don't have the camera, it'll cost you $460. If you do have one already, $400. So just in context, other VR headsets, the HTC Vive was $800 and the Oculus Rift is $600 at launch. So, thoughts on the price point? I guess I can go first. This is cheaper than I thought it was going to be. It's still $50 more expensive than the PS4 itself, which is a little ridiculous, but not a bad price.
Again, I mean, if I wasn't so, gung-ho on buying the new thing as far as when it comes to consoles, like, for instance, honestly, if I could go back in time and wait to buy my PS4, I would have. I would have done it. I would have waited because there was just not the right time, and I'm gonna think heavily on that for whatever console comes out next year. But the point I'm trying to make is this is definitely one of those I'm going to wait until I buy. And I mean, I'm going to buy. I am pro VR. It's just that when they showcased it at PSX and they showcased a little bit of what the PS. Oh my gosh, why am I saying it all wrong? The virtual PlayStation, isn't it? PlayStation VR. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm a little tired. PlayStation VR. But anyways, when they showcased that, I was just I was not impressed. Like with the controls, I wasn't impressed with the games. I wasn't impressed with how they're going to do it. The true stone cold truth is that I just want it to be meant for, like, I can play Battlefront VR. I mean, how they do it, I don't know. And I can't even, like I said, I'm a little tired, so I can't, use my creative imagination to see that work. But the point I'm trying to say is, do I want it? Yes. Am I more pro Oculus Rift? Yes. And I probably am going to do that when I buy my badass PC finally. So I do want Oculus over VR. But if VR just blows it out of the water, that's another reason I want to see how the two go head to head. Who's saying what's better, what's worth it, what's not. Because that's a big investment. You got to make sure you're getting what you pay for. And that's what I'm saying when I say I'm going to hold off until I see the two. And I want to see what they can do. I want to see where VR is going because I am so pro VR. I can't even begin to tell you. I mean, that is gaming. It's going, and I don't think it's going to be like the 3D TV where it was just a stupid ass idea and it never should have happened. VR will happen. VR will get it right, and when they do, when that time comes, it's going to change the world when that shit happens. I mean, just like mobile gaming for cell phones has changed a lot of things. This is going to make a huge impact. This is going to be, I feel like, dare I say, a leap for mankind.
That's a bold statement.
I mean,
leap for gaming?
No, a leap for mankind in technology.
Maybe.
And just showing the advancements of what we can do now. I mean, it's just, when they get that down to the science and they can finally make games where it's like, people aren't going to be like, fuck this, I don't want this, or it's a stupid idea. When they find that way, people are going to go bananas.
But
anyways, I know you said price.
Back to PSVR.
Yeah.
there's going to be 50 games available for PSVR this year, and more than 230 developers are currently working on VR projects, quote, from a smaller independent teams to larger studios of the industry's top publishers. And there'll also be a cinematic mode, which, quote, which lets users enjoy a variety of content on a large virtual screen while wearing the headset. And it will support standard PS4 games plus videos. It will allow user to enjoy 360-degree photos and videos that are captured on devices such as an omnidirectional cameras on PlayStation VR via PS4 Media Player, which will let them feel free as they are physically inside the captured scene. And speaking of the games, a Star Wars Battlefront exclusive game was announced as well.
But see, that's great and that's nice and dandy and all that they're making an exclusive one. But that just because they're making it exclusive and not saying it's for the recent Battlefront that came out, just shows that there's going to be some gimmick or some sort of thing to it that makes it where it's not going to be like the other Battlefronts. And if I could be completely wrong. If it is, then I'm wrong.
There's not.
I hope I am.
There's not any information on that.
Exactly. Yet, so it's like
it'll be good.
If it is, and that could be my selling point, but I want to say mostly it's because I want to see games come out. And like I said, the thing that turned me off the most is the games itself just looked... It looked like something I would rather spend my, $20 at Dave & Buster's to go and experience than to buy it.
This is also...
Because they're all just mini games.
But also, there's some good games, but they also, like, like, The Journey, like, Robinson's The Journey, that wasn't a... like mini game. That was like the one where he's running through the forest with the dinosaurs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But like a bunch of those games that we think VR is one of those things that you have to try it to fully understand and appreciate it. None, I'll say me and Matt have not played VR yet, so we want to, and I'm sure at some point we will. But speaking of games, with IGN, here's the list of every confirmed PS4 PlayStation VR game. 100-Foot Robot Golf, Ace Combat 7. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not going to fucking read all these. But Adrift, Ark Survival Evolved. I'll just say the ones that I think are pretty cool. Dreams, Eve Valkyrie, which is the space like dogfight thing, which everyone says is amazing. Final Fantasy XIV demo, Golem, Gran Turismo Sport, Harmonix Music VR, Job Simulator.
That actually looked kind of funny.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't do a job, you just threw shit around.
Paranormal Activity VR.
Oh, God. They're already trying that shit?
Psychonauts, The Rhombus of Ruin, Res Infinite, Riggs, which is that, like, sports, like, mechanized suits. Robinson the Journey, Rush of Blood, Star Wars Battlefront VR Experience, Super Hypercube, Tekken 7, The Getaway, London Heist.
How do you think they're going to do third-person games? Like, games where you're not actually in it? Like, that's the part I'm confused on.
Well, you could just watch when they did...
I mean, regardless of you being able to look around and anything, even if you just put your VR headset, it's like putting on Turtle Beaches. It's just another step in making you feel like you're in the game. Like, you think about it. I mean, you put your VR glasses on, and you put your headset on. You practically are putting yourself, like, you can't see your surroundings, and you can't hear anything from the outside. That's a little scary to me. I kind of do hate that shit.
They're saying that's like safety warnings. And also, I know it wasn't announced today, but they said PSVR is not to be used by 12 and under. You gotta be 13 and older to use it. Well, you don't have to be, but they want you to be 13 or older. And just to reiterate what comes in the box, VR headset, processor unit, VR headset connection cable, HDMI cable, USB cable, stereo headphones, AC power cord, AC adapter. It does not come with a PS Move, PS Camera, or DualShock controller. And if you want to see pictures of the PlayStation VR, I posted a blog post with a bunch of pictures of it, people wearing it, what's in the box, like close-ups, the close-up of the little processing unit box that has it, everything. On the blog, I'll put it in the link somewhere around here, probably in the middle, so you can go to it. So, I don't know. I think 400 is like as expensive as they could go without like console people like flipping out. Like 400 is the max they could have went. I think. I thought personally, it was going to end up being like 500, 550. So I'm happily surprised by this.
To me, and I know this sounds weird, and I understand that this isn't going to be. Not everyone has just $400 that they could just binge throw around and up. And the thing is with the VR for right now, it's got to be expensive because it's new. It's something brand new technology-wise, and it's something brand new to experience. And it's just, if you want them to be able to, for what things are and the prices to probably make certain things like that it's probably very hard to make something like that cheap. And I don't blame them that way. It's just hard to fork over that kind of money, especially for something I'm sure I'm not alone is up in the air about.
Yeah, the other thing I take from it is Oculus and HTC Vive, which Oculus is $600 and the Vive is $800. This is, if you are just interested in VR and don't have a badass computer or any consoles, this is your cheapest entry point. Like, you can get a PS4 for $350 and the Oculus and the PSVR for $400, and that'll still be cheaper than just the HTC Vive headset that's $800.
What's that one work with?
Computers. Yeah.
Okay.
So with that, you're gonna have to buy at least an over $1,000 computer to use any of the Oculus or HTC Vive. So this is your cheapest entry point. I don't know about specs really. You can look up the specs. I'm sure this is not as powerful as Oculus or HTC Vive, but that's the other thing. You're getting a whole console and stuff too. So this is if you have nothing, if you want to jump in $750, you can get it. Maybe a little more expensive. He's got to get the camera too, but it's going to be expensive. Think of everything that's come out that's brand new. I'm not talking about PS4s because there's been consoles for a long time. Whenever something's first out, it's ridiculously expensive. Look how expensive Blu-rays were when they first came out. A Blu-ray player was and DVD players. Buying a PlayStation 2 was cheaper than buying a DVD player.
And now look at things now. Look how easy it is to get a Blu-ray. That's why I'm saying with time, as it's gotten more and better, and it's been out for a while, prices will go down. This will not be something that will always stay expensive. It's just something right now because it's brand new, and it's going to take its time to get put into the world. It's got to solidify itself. And that's why I'm I want to get it because I want to.
VR is awesome.
VR's awesome, and I want to be pro VR, and I want to what's the word I'm looking for? I want to
support it.
Support it, yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. Again, bear in mind I'm tired.
We're both tired.
But anyway, so I want to support them because I'm pro VR, and but right now it's just. Luckily, I'm in a good job where, hopefully I'll be able to fork over some sort of money like that.
So they released this, the perfect timing. It doesn't come out until October. So if you really want this, really bad at launch, start saving up money. It's March. It's mid-March. Got months to save up for this if you want. Pick up a few extra shifts.
I'm sure E3 is going to show a lot more on it.
Yeah, but the list of games, for a launch, they said those 50 games are going to be out this year. There's going to be 50 games
but
this
how
year.
Many of them are going to be?
Riggs looks pretty cool.
But again, those are games that I feel like I would want to play at an arcade versus
Robinson the Journey looks good. That Rez Infinite game looked cool.
How much do you say games are going to be? Are they going to stay 60?
They didn't. I have no idea. So I don't.
See, that's going to be another problem. But
Ace Combat 7, that's going to be cool too. So. My humble advice, unless you really, really want VR, I'd wait a little bit. Wait till 2017.
To be honest,
see what happens.
To be honest, I think for where it is right now, this is just speaking for where it is right now, the games that would interest me and I think that need to be hopped on right now and take full advantage of is the horror genre.
They have
I understand they have some games. But I'm saying horror genre needs to jump on this shit now. Because, one, you're going to scare the living shit out of everyone. You probably can give me a heart attack if I play one. But I'm saying that this is their time to shine. This is that game. This is the genre, or not genre, but this is the software, the hardware to really unleash what they're doing, and especially since they've gotten so big in the last couple years. This is the time to jump on. This is the time to make another Slender Man. This is the time to make the new Five Nights at Freddy's freaking 8, whatever the hell number they're on now.
Too many.
This is the time to do those games, because these are what people want to. This is what's going to get people to be like, holy shit, this is like what you need. That Paranormal Activity, I'm probably not going to play it because I'm a little bitch.
Yeah,
but,
I won't either.
That's the genre right now I'd say needs to take a full advantage of the VR, because they're going to fucking kill it.
So,
make Outlast 2 VR.
They're working on it. Outlast 2, they might make it a feature. But, in closing, we talked about what's in the box, talked about the price, we talked about the release window, which I think the release window is great. Right before Christmas, maybe, who knows?
People can buy it for Christmas.
Maybe Black Friday deal.
I doubt
Who knows?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe like slash off.
I could see maybe PS4 being discounted if you buy Oculus, like in having a bundle
or a PlayStation VR. I mean,
no, I'm talking about
if you buy Oculus.
I mean, PlayStation VR.
So, in closing,
I'm foreseeing a bundle rule.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a PlayStation VR PS4 bundle. I'm sure it'll probably be like $700. It's like say $50.
Yeah, something like that.
And it'll come with the PS4 camera and that. So, in closing, my thoughts on it. Happily surprised that it's only $400, especially like I originally said it would be like $300, but then when like $800, $600, the prices of other headsets were coming out, I was getting a little nervous. So happily surprised by the $400. I like the release window. I'm a little turned off that they didn't really mention, like they hush, you need the camera. $60 more, you don't have it. I don't really like that, but
I'm trying to think why they need the camera.
It's for positional stuff.
So you gotta look at the camera from the Oculus Rift?
Well,
I mean, God damn it, the PSVR.
The camera will like help. They will see it and it'll show like where your head is. It's for like position and stuff. So you need it for that.
I'm sure it's probably because you probably got a camera built into your PC, so that's for Oculus and the other one.
So that's my thought. Pretty good. I like it.
Well, like I said, I won't be there day one to buy it unless I just have $400 to throw around, and I'm not gonna get. Like I said, if I do go with one, it will probably be Oculus, and because I'm going to get one of those $1,000 PCs inevitably. So I would think PC is going to take it. I think PC is the perfect system or hardware for VR, and I think it's going to. To be honest, me as PlayStation VR, I think it's going to be. I don't want to say flop, but I just think Oculus and the other one is going to kill it. Because if you're serious about VR, you're going to get the best, and I think that you're going to find most of it from PC. But that's how I feel. Unless they really get some first-person studios going on.
They said large studio, like industry-leading studios are working on games.
I mean, I don't know. I hope I'm wrong.
But I also don't know the tech specs, so I don't want to go out there and say it's like weaker than the other ones. I don't know them. I'm guessing they probably are.
People probably will buy. I just don't see console gamers being as big into VR as I think a PC gamer would.
I don't know if it's going to flop, but I don't think
flop.
It's going to come out. It's not going to like Vita.
I don't think VR is going to fail.
It's not going to be like the Vita or anything, but I think it'll come out the gate strong, and then we'll see like a lull in sales. But
See, that's what I think. I think opposite. I think in the beginning, because of the price, I think it's going to take time. I think it's going to be a slow journey, and I think as time goes, and people see, because this is such a different aspect to gaming, and it's such a leaps, but I feel like it's a lot of people aren't just like, I'm not saying there isn't people who are just like, I'm 100% on board VR, and I'm sure there is, and that's great. I'm glad to see that. I want VR to be a success, but I think people are still, your budgeters and your guys that are, your more casual gamers are probably going to be more on the board of, let me see what this does, and then we'll talk about it later. That's just how I feel. I think maybe next year, if it does go good, you'll see a lot more sales next year than you will see the first year. That's just me. So,
all right,
we'll see where it goes.
So, that's Live Through Games, me and Matt's quick takes on PSVR's price point, like the big reveal from GDC. And as I said before, I'll put the links up somewhere on top for the pictures. You can go see on our blog. And yeah, keep gaming, guys. Later.
Later.